up out there in YouTube land? This is Jeremy from Uppercut. I'm finally back being able to do what I do. This is the next part in the Mixie series for Perpetual Escape, Stop and Rise. And we've done all the prep. We've taken our time to go through all the prep. I've explained how I set up a session. And let's dive in and let's get to these drums. Alright, here we are in the DAW. And if you watched the previous videos, which there'll be a link down below, give me a like and a sub. That'd be awesome. Let's just kind of dive in. Let's see where these drums are. And go support Perpetual Escape on their page. There's links to that down below also. And if you watch the videos from before, you'll see how we set this all up with virtual mix rack. You can use any channel strip you want. The only differences to this video and the last video is I switched out to the bus compressor from SSL. It was on sale, so I'm it's always been one of my favorite sounding compressors, so I'm using it on the master bus and on the shell bus from the drums. And I've got the shell bus set to 4:1 quick attack, slow attack, fast release, and then I've got it mixed in at like parallel compression and a side chain that it doesn't compress the low end. And then I also have one on the master bus, which is auto release, slow attack, 4:1, the basic rock, punchy, nice, good compressor. So that's where we are right now. One of the first things I'm going to do is all of these snares. If you look at them, there's a bunch. So let's just hear the snares. I've got a pretty good balance of where I want them without doing anything except for low pass. And I've low passed on every one of these snare tracks about the same, about 85. Let's see if I can get away with just one compressor on all of these snares. So for that, I'm gonna grab my first go-to is the distressor. So let's check it out. And this is parallel compression. And I'm wanting to keep all of these drum compressors to be parallel because they also run through this one at parallel, and then they hit this master bus. So it all adds up. That needs a little bit of bottom end. Let's go for 160, my favorite snare frequency. 420 sounds good. Don't mind if I do. And let's go ahead and give that some harmonics. I like the Hollywood on snares with Snare Magic. And I went through all these tracks, and the cool thing about Slate is I use the virtual VCC and the trimmer because I want it to come in at a certain volume and go out at almost the same volume. And when I'm gain staging, as long as nothing hits red on anything, you're good to go. Besides this, you want this to mix red because it's only mixed in at 40%. do the same thing with the kicks. The kicks I haven't even touched at all. That's just the stock kicks with, well, I've rounded off the 35. But that's both kicks going into a kick bus. Let's see if we can get away with just compressing the same and spare the compressor on each channel and just compress the groups. That's what I like to do. Let's go with kick, tight, and punchy. See how I backed it off when that hit red? Basically on the, for gain staging, first buzzword of the video. Ding, 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 we have a winner. Gain staging is easy with virtual mix rack. Just don't let anything peak and turn red. Problem solved. Now that I hear it in the mix, I'm giving that snare too much low end. It's clashing with the guitars. And let's put a reverb on just one of these snares. Let's go to the plate. I'm not liking that SSL on the, I'm going to change it back to my, which is basically Slate's version of the same thing. It's kind of funny, but apparently my ears are just attuned to Slate. I'm going to go back to my old trusty and see how that sounds. The FG Gray is pretty much Slate's version of an SSL compressor. And I have a preset I like to use. Yep. Alright, on this full kit, which is the full drum set, heads and everything going into it, I like to put a free JS plugin that is free with Reaper. If you go to the Reaper site and download it, get all these JS plugs. They are just awesome. This one's called Event Horizon Clipper. I go with -1 on the ceiling, -3 on the threshold, and you get some cool vibe to it. Also have this other free plugin that you can find from ADHD called Leveler, and check this out on the snare. overheads, I'm going to use a preset I like that I work with sometimes, but I'm going to make it a bus channel, which is the VCC bus on the Brit 4KE. I just figured out something. Okay. These snare rooms right here are basically the snares for the overheads. I was wondering why there was no snare in the overheads. There we go. That makes sense. I was wondering why there were so many basic snares when basically it sounds like they formulated these snare rooms from a sample probably, but I am going to put them in my overheads, obviously. That leveler is just to get the snare to hit -6 every time. You can do the same thing with any LA2A model or a limiter. I just like this leveling tool because it's free. Alright, let's get started on these toms. Again, gonna go start with a preset that I use that I made myself. Hitting it a little too hard. Let's go ahead and give them some reverb also, but a lot less. Let's find another spot with toms. Alright, let's pan the first tom 50 to the left, the low tom 50 to the right. Give it that drummer's perspective that I like, because I'm a drummer. Imagine that. Big surprise. Anyway, drums rule. That's without my processing. That's how we started. This is all natural drums. There are no samples going on. We're just mixing this like it's a band. No crazy samples or anything. I'm just going to leave it au natural. Embrace your face. If you're stuck, you're on the same show. Kick is getting nice. Not bad for an all-natural kick. Alright, let's hear those drums one more time by themselves. It's a good spot. I'm going to turn, this is it with my processing. I'm going to turn it on and off. That's with. That's without. This is what we started with. Let's That's what we're rocking now.
When shadows come on your way and bridge the fight and makes you back away, don't feel it coming in. Salvation is always close to your hands. Embrace your fate.
I'm pretty happy with those drums. Come back and we'll move on to bass and guitars. And we'll get this sucker knocked out and get it up on my portfolio. Get with Uppercut, baby. Get knocked out.